to protect a master under the cloak of darkness. Such a role was given to a clan of shadows. I was a shadow. Even more, a shadow to one of the shogun's children, the princess. Apparently, her life had been threatened well before she was born, and all of her siblings assassinated. The princess was the sole survivor. It's no exaggeration to say that we shadows were born to keep the princess alive. We were once wanderers, but taken in and given a home by the shogunate. To repay this great debt, we will indeed die if it means protecting them. Such a duty was everything to my clan of shadows.
Thou art too carefree in my presence, lowly shadow. 'Tis disrespectful.
Those were the princess's first words to me. My situation might be more difficult than I'd anticipated. But I'm the shadow to the princess. It'll take more than that to crush my spirit. Indeed, there were some who called the princess's orders selfish, but I sensed something different. After all, the princess is always... One day, assassins snuck inside the castle. Naturally, I disposed of them, but I was left severely wounded. How pathetic of me. But the princess suddenly came rushing over to me.
Art thou hurt, Asahi?
Wait, did she just say my name? It's only natural for those like me to be nameless. Simply referring to us as shadows is more than enough. That's why I'm sure I misheard her.
If thou art to be my shadow, live and be useful to me. Such is what it means to protect. Understand, Asahi?
In that moment, I felt I'd taken my first proper look at the princess's face. Her stern gaze was shaking with loneliness and unease. It revealed the princess's true colors, and a hurt that no one had ever dared peer into. I mustn't let her be alone. Yes, I shall live and be useful to you, as your shadow. I heard the princess was also raised without being called by name. Doing so was seen as utterly insolent, and even her own relatives would not be forgiven.
Asahi, I shall grant thee special permission to call me by my name.
The princess then offered her hand to me. But I'm a shadow. Someone like me will never be forgiven. I must refuse, my princess, for I am but a shadow. The princess smiled hearing those words, hints of sadness written on her face. All that she said was, "Yes, that thou art," before leaving my sight. Several days later, I was in a fight with yet another assassin, till the moment our weapons cut into each other. To think that this assassin coated their blade with poison. There's no chance of me surviving this attack. But I have no regrets. I was able to protect the princess, after all. My princess, I'm glad to have served as your shadow. Farewell, my princess. I'm alive. How? That poison should have been fatal. When I awoke, I saw a mysterious fog and people in deep slumber. There was also a man with a staff. Apparently, He's some kind of savior from a distant world, traversing different worlds to dispel curses. And he was the one who saved me. If he hadn't found my body lying on the ground, I would have... He says this fog is the work of a witch, whose heart fell into the clutches of a demon, and saving that witch's heart is the key to dispelling the curse. But something dawned on me. The moment I touched the fog, I heard something.
I long to see thee again, Asahi.
That was the princess's voice. Thus I must go to her. Such is my duty as her shadow. I accompanied the man with the staff, and we headed towards the stargazing tower. With each step inside, I felt us drawing closer to the princess's heart. This thick enshrouding fog was surely the very manifestation of her anxieties. The princess had always feigned composure, all while being afraid someone might die. Many saw that as strength, and none had ever tried looking behind her facade. I'm just as guilty. I never noticed how you truly felt. But it's clear to me now, the meaning behind your words that day. We finally arrived at the top of the tower, and there she was, as if reigning supreme over all that lay beneath her feet. On that day, I could only see you as a princess, declining to step out of the shadows and walk by your side. But by your side was where I truly wanted to be. My princess... No, Lady Kaguya!
Asahi?
The princess slowly opens her eyes, then reaches her hand out to me as if pleading for help. I'm sorry. On that day, I ran away without noticing how you truly felt. But I shall live by your side simply as Asahi. So please come back to me. Lady Kaguya! I saw the hand I was unable to touch that day and grasped it with all my might. At last, thou hast called me by name. The fog that was concealing her heart began to fade. The darkness melted away by golden hues of light. But the moment we felt a sense of relief, Lady Kaguya brushed my hand away.
As the one who willed mine own country's destruction, I can no longer call myself a princess. However...
Lady Kaguya once again offered her hand to me and spoke.
As of now, I am but Kaguya. If thou hast no qualms, wilt thou live at my side, Asahi?
The shadow in me whispered, "That would be insolent of you, lowly shadow." But I pushed that shadow away and smiled. Yes, from now till forever, I shall dedicate my life to you, Lady Kaguya.